One thing I enjoy doing as a full-time artist is collecting references, whether it's from online communities or my camera rolls. They don't even need to be for painting. Sometimes I just see a patch of light on a wall and think, yeah, that's healing. Organizing them into folders and mood boards is weirdly therapeutic. It gives me the illusion of control. Some references are genuinely good, others look like I took them by accident while falling. But I love them all, even the boring ones. Like this one. I love it so much I painted it twice in two different timelines with two different mediums. This time I decided to paint it as a dreamy scene. By the way, I forgot to record 30 minutes of the process, so if things suddenly jump from vague blobs to slightly less vague blobs, that's why. Let's pretend it was intentional. A creative decision, if you will. Let's start with a sketch. First, I decided which elements to keep and which ones to slightly erase from the existence. Surprisingly, I kept almost everything. The chair stayed, the bird stayed, the fence also stayed. As for the lighting, I'm not changing that either. It already had some nice dappled sunlight and natural shade. I just exaggerated it a little bit. For the composition, I had one small enemy, a cross shape that was sitting in the background, ruining the mood. It didn't say dreamy, it was quite the opposite. So I replaced it with some wooden log and let foliage take over. Nature always wins. For the background, I use this color because I'm used to it. I prefer painting over colored canvases more than a white canvas. At first, I thought about adding more creatures, maybe something like those imaginary friends we all had when we were little, but I remember we already have a bird, so instead of bringing in more tenants, I just moved the bird a little bit to the center to keep the composition balanced. Color palette wise, I went soft, pastel purples, muted blues, pale greens, the visual equivalent of a sleepy Sunday or Wednesday, because we upload on Wednesdays. And finally, behind the fence, I swapped out the vague noise for a misty forest. You can barely see it, that's the point. It's mysterious, possibly full of ancient secrets, or just more trees. I'll let the viewer decide. To push the depth a little more, I made the farthest part of the forest lighter, as if the light is breaking through in the distance. It adds a sense of whimsy, or hope, or just better contrast. And for the final touches, I added a few butterflies and some floating light orbs. The universal symbol for the scene is now magical. And that's it. That's the painting. From a painfully average reference to something a little softer and hopefully a little more beautiful. So what do you think? Would you have changed more or less? What would you add if this reference ended up in your folder? Let me know. Either way, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one, hopefully with a full recording this time.